Hello everyone, welcome to the legal aspect, professionalism and ethics of computing. So this is another unforgettable year that we cannot meet with each other. And then in this course, in these lessons, we are going to do the introduction first. So to let you guys know what's happening in this course and then what is the platform and then how we handle our course before we meet with each other. So hope that you enjoy the lessons and then remember to enjoy your good health, especially in these conditions. And then let me introduce myself first. I'm Peter, your subject lecturer. So if you are computing, you know that there is a game lab in computing. I'm the person in charge of game lab. So you can find our Word and then you can find our demonstration in P503 in P503. I'm also the host of Global Game Jam. So every year in the last week of the January, you see that there are lots of the posts and then lots of the dramas in Hong Kong. They come together and then we try to create our games and then try to do something special for our community. And then why I'm talking about the game, so you will say that game is not related to ethics, game is not related to professionalism, game is not related to the social aspect, etc. So let me talk about a little bit history about myself first. So we set up the game lab in 13 to 14 years ago, 13 to 40 years ago. So it's a long time, right? And then about 5 to 6 years ago, our previous department head asked me, so what is the value of creating games, or what is the value of your game lab? We win a lot of prize. We win the prize from the Global Game Jam. We win the prize from the Microsoft Emergence Cup. We win the prize from lots of the local or global competitions. We create the games, but somehow no one knows. So that's why our head asked me about what is the impact of your lab. So at that time, I need to think, and then I need to find out a new directions for our lab. So about 4 to 5 years ago, we tried to move to VR and AR. So we have touched lots of different technologies, including the gesture detections, including the VR of augmented reality. So we know how to create the things. 5 or 6 years ago, it's hard to create the VR AR things. So lots of the company, they try to join with us, and then we have create different kinds of demo for different company. But again, we cannot let the other knows what game lab are doing, because for those demo, they will just hidden from those big name, hidden from those big company. So around 3 years ago, we tried to find our ways again. And then because we are good in graphics, we are good in interaction design, we are good in some new technologies. So we want to create, or using our techniques to create some product for the underprivileged group. So at that time, we have selected the children's. So we create some games for the SEN, special education needs student. So we create the games for the dyslexia. That means they have the problem about readings and writing Chinese. That is what you are seeing in front of our screen. So we have created lots of the apps in VR, lots of the apps in AR to help them to learn how to read and write Chinese. And then we have also created different apps for the IQ who is lower than 50. That means is equals to 1 or 2 years old. So because they are not able to talk with you, they are not able to discuss with you, and then it's hard to use the normal materials to teach them. So we use lots of the game, we use lots of the different technologies to help them. So don't think that for those IQ below 50, that means multiple learning disabled children, they cannot use the iPad. So my son, as I remember, he's only, it should be 8 to 9 months. He knows how to use the iPad, click the YouTube item, select the movie that he wants to watch, and then skip the advertisement. So it's good. Somehow we can use game to communicate with those children, and then touch and then communicate with them, and then they can touch the interactive and learn and learn and learn. So it saves the children, and then it helps the children. I cannot say save. It helps the children, and then it also helps the parents. It also helps the teacher, and that's why we try to do something for our society. That means whatever you are doing, so maybe you are a computing guy or you are a electronic EIE guy, so you can create something and help the society. And in nowadays, of course, computing, because you are handling the information, you are handling the knowledge, you can create something better and better for lots of the people to use and enjoy. So that's why I'm in this course, and I want to share a little bit about how we handle in the industrial products, how we use our professional to help the society, and then for some of the industrial products, they have the rules to obey, they have the code of conduct, and then what it is, and then how we can handle this kind of things. Okay. So if you have any problem, so feel free to send an email to me. So here is my email on your left hand side. Okay. And then yeah, you can also find me. So you can find me in the office in the office hour. If you want to find me after 6 p.m., so you better send an email to me first, and then we search a time slot, and then we can talk, and then we can share the views of our of you. Okay. So this year we have a little bit special arrangement. So we cannot meet with each other. So here are two methods to study in our course. Of course, there is a offline mode. So similar to your previous lesson. So you will use the backboard. Okay, we will use the backboard. Okay, so inside the backboard, I will put all the things in two folder. One is content, and other is assessment. Okay. For content, you can find all the materials that you need. So most likely, I have uploaded all the PowerPoint. Okay, I've prepared all the PowerPoints, and then you can feel free to have a look with the PowerPoint first. For the voiceover, I will try to record it and then upload as soon as possible. Okay, so we have 5 topics, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is the lesson 1. We have the introductions, and then we will have a couple of lessons about using the tools. Okay, analytical, we call it ethics tools. Okay, ethical tools, to use the ethical tools, and then how to solve the problem by using this kind of methodology or this kind of tools. Then we will know more about the code of ethics. Okay, code of ethics. For each party, they have their rules to obey. For our computing guys, we also have the rules to obey. Not only about the law, so we have the code of ethics to obey. And then we will touch a little bit about the different crime related to computing. Okay, so we will touch about the privacy, and then we will also touch again touch with the IP, intellectual properties. Okay, and then the syllabus is also uploaded to our backboard, so you can feel free to see all the syllabus, all the intendable learning outcome inside our backboard. I have also created discussion board. So if you want to do something offline to discuss with each other, you can use our backboard. You can use our discussion board to discuss with each other. Okay, so there are couples of topics. You can discuss with your classmate, and then you can also chit chat with me. Okay, so there are different topics. Please go to different topics and then have a look. For all the assignments, so I will put into the assessment. Okay, for all the assignment, I will put into the assessment. So this is all the things you need to know inside the backboard. For the other functions, I guess I will not use it. Okay, so make sure that you have take a look with your backboard account, and then take a look with the assessment and also the content. Okay, so if you are here, that means that you are using the Microsoft Teams. Okay, you are using the Microsoft Teams. So beside the offline version, beside the backboard, you can find the video, you can find the slide, you can find the assignment, you can find all the things. You also have a Microsoft Teams, okay, for our online mode. So most likely we will start our lessons according to my timetable. Okay, so I will create the online, and then I will do the presentations, and then you can open the Microsoft Teams. I remember you will invite the you will receive the invitations from me. Okay, you will receive the invitation from me. So you have the link, and then you can click, and then if you download the Microsoft Teams, you can go inside and then enjoy the live sessions with me. For live sessions, I will try to chit chat with you, and then if you have any questions, you can type on the Microsoft Teams. I will try to have a look, and then I will try to answer. Yeah, I will try because it's really hard in front of the computer, and then I need to read the slide, and then I need to read the message from you, and then respond to you, and handle the podcast questions, etc., etc. It's a big challenge for me. I'm sorry, it's a big challenge for me. So if I have missed some of your message, I'm sorry about that, and I will try to catch it up. If you really want to ask, so you can just go to the discussion board and ask. Okay. If you do not have any questions, let us move on. Okay, this is the schedule. So I've changed the schedule twice or third, I cannot remember well in this few weeks. So this is week 4. So this week here we'll do the introductions. Okay. And then we will use around 3 weeks to cover the method and the tools of the ethical analysis. Okay, so I will teach you different methods to think about the problems. Okay, we do not want you to, because you are a university student, we want you to use some model. We want you to use some tools or methods to elaborate your thinking instead of just giving the facts and then argue with each other. So you have your theoretical background, you have something to follow and then argue with each other. Don't just using some, I would say, a sassy word or some even the foul language to discuss your point. Okay, as a university student is useless. We need to find a better way to communicate with each other and then let each other to agree with our point. Okay, so after each topic, most likely I will have an in-class exercise. So in-class exercise, where is my mouse? Yeah, we will have the in-class exercise here. Okay, in-class exercise. As I understanding, we can meet with each other in week 7. Okay, so somehow we will have an in-class exercise. For each in-class exercise, you will divide into group. Later, I will discuss with you. You will divide into group, and then you will talk with each other. I will give you a case, and then you will discuss with each other. You will talk with each other, and then you come up with a one page solutions. Okay, one page solution. So most likely you have the case study, and then you have ABCD or 4 to 5 structural questions, and then you will have the discussions and then come up with the answer to me. Okay, so if we cannot meet in week 7, what should we do? So I'm still thinking of the alternative. So if we still cannot meet in week 7, touch wood, we cannot meet in week 7, so I will create some channel inside our Microsoft Teams, and then we do the in-class exercise at the same time. Okay, we do all the in-class exercise at the same time. Okay, at the same time, maybe we cannot enjoy the physical place, but I will create the channel, and then you guys can discuss with each other. Okay, and then complete the exercise. So after we have talked about the analytical model, the tools, and then also the method, and then we'll talk about the code of ethics. Okay. So code of ethics is something about the rules you should follow for our IT guys. Okay, there are lots of code of ethics for the doctor, for the nurse, for the different professionals. And in this course, because we are focused on computing, so the code of ethics is related to computing. Okay, it's related to computing. The level is a little bit higher than laws. If you break the code of ethics, you will not send to the prison or send to the jail, etc. But somehow you may lose your job, and then you are no longer belongs to a professional body. Okay, so we will introduce some of the code of ethics from different society and different professional bodies, so that you can follow when you go outside to work, and then you can protect your job and then protect your professional stuff. Okay, so after that we will go to something similar to we'll go to something related to law. The first thing we will talk about the privacy, because most of us I can remember when you graduate, and then you need to go to the IT. So most likely the IT will touch lots of the sensitive data. Okay, so there are lots of personal data inside, and then there are lots of the things that you need to put. You need to have extra care. You need to have extra care, and then this thing, the privacy is not equals to the code of ethics. If you break the privacy, so somehow you need to send to the jails or you need to send to the prisons. Okay, so this is very, very important. So we will use again three lessons to talk about the privacy, and then we will have the in-class exercise again. So for the in-class exercise, hopes we can meet again, or we can meet in week 11. If we cannot meet in 11, then I will create I don't know, another online method to handle the in-class exercise. For example, I will again have the Microsoft Team or Discord channel, etc. Okay, so later on I will say what's happening. Then we will have the invite thought. I will announce the details to you later. So again, I will talk about the crime. So beside the privacy, we will talk about the IP. Okay, intellectual property. So if I use the graphics from the others and put it into my software, will I break any law? Or if I use some of others people code and then put into my program. That means you copy something from Google's and then you put in into your program. Okay, you put in your program. Is okay, or am I breaking the law, etc. So here we'll talk about the IP. Okay, intellectual properties. Again, we will do a in-class exercise. Okay, after the IP. So I will say that we have 3 in-class exercise, and then the in-class exercise of the first one will be related to the ethical system, and then the in-class exercise of in-class exercise 2 will relate to the privacy. In-class exercise 3 will be related to the IP. Okay, will be related to the IP. Okay, and then we have 2 invited talk because privacy and also IP is not the only computer crimes in Hong Kong. So we will have different invited talk. For example, last year I have invited the representative of our Legislative Council of our IT, Charles Mott, Mott Lai Gang 議員. Okay, and then talk about the computer crime. So he talked about the I would say using the computer with a criminal or dishonest intent. Okay, 不誠實使用電腦. Okay, so last exactly remember last year Charles Mott mentions about how this law is happening and then how this law is used in Hong Kong. So there are lots of misunderstanding about access to a computer with a criminal or dishonest intent. Okay, so he tried to discuss more about the legislative, discuss more about the work in Legislative Council and how the computer professional is related to this related to this all. We have also invited the ICAC. And then talked about talk about the corruptions in IT, etc. Okay, so we have 2 invited talk. Okay, we have 2 invited talk. The date and then times of the invited talks will be confirmed later. Okay, maybe I don't know, maybe in March or somehow we need to meet with each other. I need to ask what is your available time and then what is your available place, etc. Okay, and finally we have a task. Okay, finally we have a task. Okay, for the task you will have 3 to 4 structural questions. Okay, similar to your in-class exercise or almost the same as your assignment, etc. Okay, you have a task, and then after the week 16 I will finish all the things. Okay, and then you can study the other subject and then enjoy the revisions of your examination, etc. Okay, no more assessment after week 16. So after the test. Okay, so if you have problem about the schedule, so you can ask in on the discussion board so we can discuss together. So let me talk about the objective of our course. The objective of our course is we aim to equip the student with the knowledge regard to the social responsibility of the computer professionals who have handled a significant position in the information age. So talking about the social responsibility, right? So this word become a very popular word in our society. So of course there are lots of different things that is related to the social responsibility. But in our course, I'm sorry, I'm not the expert of social science. So I'm only the lecturer in computing. So all the things which bond to the or respect or relate to the social responsibility, I can not answer all. Okay, so we will only focus on the computing issue. Okay, about the computing professional. Okay, computing professional. So what's meaning of computing professional? That means that please don't ask me about anything. We should bought the in this status we should bought the traveler that have traveled to China and then to Hong Kong is correct or not, such kind of things. Okay, because it's not related to computing professional. Okay, this is not related to computing professionals. Okay, so you can ask me about the Bitcoin, the use of Bitcoin, the use of different channel to distribute the message, but somehow if it's not related to computer professional, okay, there are lots of the different crime. If this one is not related to computer professional, so we will not discuss in our lessons. Okay, in our lessons, even if you have the case study, you have the assignment, you need to pick up something that is related to computing. Okay, related to computer, related to IT. Otherwise, it's hard for us to do the discussions, and then it's hard for me, especially for me, to grade your assignment. So always remember, we are talking about the social responsibility. Okay, but all the social responsibility should be related to the computer professionals. Okay, otherwise we cannot have the starting point to discuss with each other. Okay. So if you have I guess no one with the syllabus, but it's okay. And then if you have with your syllabus, so we have the internal learning outcome. So all your grades is related to your internal learning outcome. Okay. And then for the internal learning outcome, it belongs to two categories, okay, A and B in our subject. The first one, of course, is about the knowledge in this course. That means the professionalism or knowledge or ethical considerations. Okay, so we have something need you to know. We need you to understand the professional issue. Okay, we need you to understand the legislation. Okay, that means the crime, that means the law. We also need you to understand the ethical considerations. Okay, in the point of view of IT or computing. Okay, so that's important. We will try to give you some facts. We will try to introduce the law. We will try to introduce the facts. We will try to introduce the story that is related to the ethics of computing to you. Okay, so this is the first category. And then second category is using or apply the conceptual tools. Okay, that means the second, third, and the fourth lessons. The first part of our course, we will introduce different tools. Okay, for you to develop the analytical thinking. Okay, analytical thinking, and then for all the analytical thinkings. So you have the step number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, etc. And then throughout this kinds of procedure, so you can develop your thinking. Okay, you can develop your thinking, and then you have the theory behind. Okay, so that you can make your ethical and legal decision making. Okay, so this is the two main. Okay, this is the two main internal learning outcome in our course. Please bear in your mind. Okay, we need to learn the fact. How to gather the fact. We also need to learn about the tools. Okay, for us to I'm sorry, my handwriting is not very good in front of the PC. Okay, and we need to learn about the facts, how we gather the facts, understand what is the rules. We also need to learn about the tools, how we can do the thinkings. Okay, and then category B is somehow we care about your all-round attitudes. For example, you need to communicate with each other in a effectively in both vocabulary and also in writing. Okay, so we need you to use a professional term to talk with each other and then share your idea with each other. You cannot just use the term that you obtain in the forum, for example, 連登, or you cannot use the term that obtained in the Facebook and then discuss with each other. We need to have our professionalism. We need to use our own term. Okay, we need to use our own term to express our idea. Okay, to express you are a professionalism of IT. Okay, we need you to learn all the things independently. So don't just follow all of our slide. Okay, so in our course you will have some assignment that you need to find out some case and then use out the method and also the rules that you have learned in our lesson to evaluate your case. Okay, so that's how you learn independently from the problem solving and also search for the solutions. Okay, think critically. Okay, think critically. Okay, you need to collect the information from the both sides, collect the information from the different sides, and then make your decision. So this is one of the most important things. Okay, so because you have the internal learning outcome, Yeah. Then you will have two important things. The first one is, again, we have three parts. The first part is about the ethics. Okay, the first part is about the ethics. Second part is about the professionalism. Okay, that means the code of rules, code of ethics that you need to follow. And the third part is about the legal. Okay, so we have P part. And then inside these three parts, you know the rules, you know the facts of computer professional. You also know the skills, how to analyze a problem, okay, in ethical and then the legal decision making. Okay, so because you have kind of intangible learning outcomes, so we try to divide our course in this kind of structure. Okay, so at the very beginning we will have, of course, this is the introduction, so it's haven't put inside this area, and then we will know about the basic of the ethics first. Okay, so some general tools and then some general methodology for you to develop your ethical and also legal thinking. And then we will talk about the principles of ethics. We will also, that means the code of ethics. And then we will talk about what's happening inside the legal part, the law system. And then we will put different cases into our course. So definitely we'll put privacy in our course, and definitely we'll put IP in our course. Okay, we'll also put computer-related crime. Okay, for the networking, for example, you have because you have the blockchain, etc. So perhaps we'll also put inside the networking. I will invite a speaker to talk about this kind of things, or I will invite some speaker to talk about the AI, because in these 2 years, AI is a really hot topic in our machine learning. Okay, so it's ethical to use AI in many or in different aspects. So we will have a look and then see is correct or not. Okay. Yeah. Um, you have the internal learning outcome, and then for the internal outcome, I will break into different assessments. Okay. So in this course, there is no exam. Low exam, all exam. Okay, so 100% is from your continuous assessment. 100% is from your continuous assessment. That's why we have so many small assignments in our course. Okay, in our course. Okay, so it's easy to understand that we can divide the assessment into two parts. The first one is individual assessment. Okay, okay. Around 60% is coming from the individual assessment, and then you have the group assessment. Okay, so another 1/3, close to 1/3 will be related to your group assessment. Okay, so inside the group assessment, so we have different kinds of in-class exercise. Okay, in-class exercise. So in-class exercise, you will form a group into 5 to 6. Okay, and then I will give you a case study, and then I will give you some structural question, and then you answer the questions one by one, okay, after your discussions, and then give me a summarized page. So it should be 1 or 2 page. It should be 1 or 2 page, and definitely it can be finished during the class. Okay, so if you do not want to spend extra time at your home or gather your classmates together and then do the in-class exercise, please come to our class. Okay, we have the live session, wherever is online or wherever is offline. You have the live sessions. You have the a certain sessions to do this kind of in-class exercise. Remember to come and join. And then after that, you will have for the group assessment, you can form a team. Again, it's 5 or 6, and then do a case study report. For the case study reports, I will only provide you some basic structure of your case study report, and then you need to find the case. For example, I want to find a crime, or I want to find an issue, or you can also find a particular issue that is related to computing. Okay, related to IT, and then use the ethical tools, use the code of ethics, and then use the law to evaluate these cases. Okay, this is your case report. Okay, this is your case report. After that, you also have one assignment. One assignment. Assignment is similar to your test and is similar to your in-class exercise. Okay, in-class exercise you will receive one question for each time. For your test, you will receive 4 questions. That means 4 cases. 4 cases. So assignment is similar. So I will try to give you 4 cases. Okay, I will try to give you 4 cases, and then you read the cases and then answer the questions one by one. So 4 structural questions and then lots of answer because you have sub questions. Okay, so make a good use of the in-class exercise so that you can practice, and then you can do your assignment and then you can do your task, etc. I will also give you, there is also a report. Okay, there is also a report because I want you to attend to the invited talk. I don't want I invite a guest and then no one is sitting inside classroom or in front of the computer. So it will quite embarrassed for me, and then I guess the invited guest will not come again. So to encourage you to come to the invited talk, so you need to complete one report. You need to complete one report. So the report, don't worry, the report will be very short. It will be a one-page, A4 page reflections. Okay, it's only maybe 1,000 words, 600 or to 1,000 words to do the reflections, what you have learned from the invited speaker. Okay, so you remember, right? We have two invited talk. Okay, so you need not to do the two invited talk. You only need to select one. Okay, you only need to select one for the report. So maybe I invite one from the ICAC and I invite one from Charles Moss. So you only need to select one. Okay, you need to only select one, and then you will do the survey. Okay, so we will have the survey. The survey is only 3%. So I want to get some feedback from you. So I have another question here for you, whether the online teaching is good or not, or you enjoy the online instead of the physical, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so whatever you say, you can get this 3% if you fill in all the questions. Okay, so this will be 0 or 3%. Okay, if you do not fill in the survey, you get 0. But if you fill in the survey, you get 3%. Okay, so similar to a bonus for you. So this is our this is the general idea of our settings of the assessment. So let us move to all these assessment one by one. So let us go deep into each individual assessment. Okay. So the first one is the assignment. The assignment should be a structural questions and case study. So most likely I will give you 4 different cases. So you read the case file first and then answer the structural questions. So most likely the assignment will deal in with 12. Okay, unless we have further advancement. The assignments will be mainly focused on the internal learning outcome 1 and 2. Okay, we'll focus on the outcome 1 and 2. And then we'll have the test and assignment. They are similar. Okay, test and assignment, they are similar. Again, I will give you 4 case study. Okay, I will give you 4 case study and you answer all the structural questions. So most likely you will be held in the last week. Okay, in the last week of our semester. It's an open book, so you can print all the slides, but you cannot use any electronic device. Okay, you cannot use any electronic device. Okay, it focuses on all the outcomes. Okay, but again, it's an individual exercise, so you cannot discuss and then you cannot do it together. And then you will need to prepare a report for the invited speaker. Okay, there are 2 invited guests. Okay, so only choose either one, 2 invited guests, and then you need to choose either one. Write a reflective journal, and then it should be 1 or 2 pages. So you need not to write lots of the things. So you just tell me what have you learned from this invited speaker. Select one and then write for me. Okay. Again, the deadline is week 16, the last week of our semester. Then you will have a survey. So survey is I want to know about your study patterns. Okay. Did you attend the lecture live or you watch the online video, etc., etc., etc. So the deadline is week 16. Again, this 3% is all or nothing. So if you attend the survey and then fill in all the questions, you can get this 3%. If you cannot, so yeah, I cannot give you this 3%. Okay. Then we talk about the group assessment. So the group assessment have two parts. The first one is the in-class exercise. The second one is the case study report. In-class exercise is similar to your assignment or your task, okay? Similar to your assignment or task. You have the case and then you have the structural questions, okay? Structural questions, okay? So you discuss and then answer the questions in groups. Each group 5 to 6 students. Each group 5 to 6 students, okay? And there are 3 in-class exercise in week 7, week 11, and week 14. Okay, and week 14. Always remember that if you form the group in the class exercise 1, you can form another group in class exercise 2. So you are not compulsory to form a group and then to handle all the in-class exercise. You can form different teams so that you can learn from the others. Okay, you can discuss with different teammates and then learn from the others. So that I want you to have a better understanding about the course materials and in deeper sense. Okay, if we cannot meet face to face, most likely we cannot meet in this semester, so I will try to hold it live. Okay, hold it live again. We will hold it in the Microsoft team, and then I will assign some room for you to do the discussion, so you can join the channel, different channel, one by one. So let us discuss the details later. And then you will have the case study report. Okay, case study report. So this case study report, you need not to do it during the class. So I will let you to do by yourself. Okay, so you form form into groups and then do it at your home or discuss through the online channel. Okay, so it's an essay questions. So most likely you need to pick up your own case. You need to pick up your own case. So different from the previous the other assignment that you need not to find the case. Now you need to find your case and then use the same structure to answer the question one by one. For example, I choose a computer crime. Okay, I choose a computer crime. For example, the fake call or fake call from the fake phone call, so that you try to evaluate this kind of fake phone call is caused by our computer technologies or not. Okay, is caused by our computer technologies or not, and then evaluate by different tools, different methodology for the ethical analysis, and then answer the code of ethics, and then answer the law, etc., etc., etc. The due date is week 16. Again, it's the last week of our semester. Okay. So group assessments, of course, for the group assessment, I think that there will be some free rider. Okay, I think that there is some free rider. So there is always some mechanism for you to report the free rider. Okay, okay. You find your group member is doing something bad, or he or she haven't finished his work or her work, and then yeah, and for a simple understanding, he is a free rider. Report to me. Report to me. Okay, report to me. So report to me, and then I will handle case by case. Okay. So as I have told you before, you need not to have the same group of students for the in-class exercise 1, 2, 3, and also the case study report. You can form your own group, and then you can change your group member every time. Okay, you can change your group member every time, but you need to stay clearly about the names and also about the student ID of all your group members. Okay, of all your group members on the first page. Okay, so each group just need to submit one copy on the blackboard. Okay, one copy only. So if you are a group of 6 or a group of 4, you need to submit 5 to 6 copy to me. Okay, it creates some means trouble for me. Please obey and do this. Otherwise, it may be a trouble for me. Thank you. And then yeah, this one is our task box. Okay, this one is our task box. So we will use the ethics for the information age for our task box. I will use the 7 editions. 7 editions. Okay, 7 editions. So again, you can use the previous versions. For example, in our library, only have the 5th. Okay, we only have the 5th editions. So it's more or less the same. In fact, it's only covers some special case. For example, in the 7th edition, they talk about the drones and also talk about the privacy that the 5th edition do not have. Okay. So if you just want to know about the ethical model, if you just want to know about the basic idea about how we can evaluate the ethics of for the information age, 5th, 6, 7, whatever. Okay, you can choose for your own version. It's more or less the same. Okay, it's available in our library. Okay, it's available in our library. Okay, but I'm not sure that you can get the book in our library now. So if you find any difficulty, please let me know. I'll try to find another solution for you. Okay, so the ISBN is here. So you can go to the Google and then search for this textbook. Okay.